Are you feeling relaxed yourself? You got it. You got your realization. Only thing you have to little bit know about it, that's all. Absolutely relaxed. There's no thought.
No question, sure.
No question. You got it. You got it. Just while talking to me, you got it. Because you are a positive person, want to know about it. If you come with a determined effort just to criticize, then nothing can work out, you see. It's done. He's got it. You got it. May God bless you. May God bless you. It's your own. I've done nothing. I was just talking to you. Kundalini knows that you are sitting before me. She just rose by herself. That's your mother. That's your mother. Your own individual mother. And that's the Holy Ghost. That's the primordial mother, which Christians don't talk about, and then they don't want you to know anything else. Whatever they will teach, you should learn. Nothing more. I was myself born in a Christian family. So you have to have, you see, blinkers on both the sides. You're not supposed to see this side or that side. And this is why young people fell a trap to these horrible gurus who came to make money here. I know of somebody who came from jail, who came to Germany wearing those saffron clothes, sat on one of the centers there somewhere, and everybody flocked to him. He came from jail. Because they don't know how to make out a good guru, the Sadguru and the Aguru. There are books and books on that in India. But they don't know, poor things. And I don't blame them, because they were seeking so honestly that they got into trouble. But I have been talking about them from 1974. But another problem was with young people from the West was that they hated Christianity. That's one problem. So when I talked about Christ, they just turned around, went back. You couldn't talk to them. They said, don't talk of Christ. They went out. So this Christianity has done nothing but a harm to them, that they just don't want to hear about Christ. I mean, Christ is a living God, no doubt. And I have to talk about him very much. But they didn't like it. It's such a problem of conceptions. See, reality is what reality is. It's not a concept. It's what it is. See, Christ is the Son of God. He is the real personality. Whatever church may do to it or any may do to it makes no difference. He is what he is. And this is the problem, is the concept. Concept is not reality. That's just a mental projection. Just a mental projection. You have to rise beyond that to be the spirit. Alright? May God bless you. May I know your name, please? Your name, please? George. Good. Is the name of an angel. Yes, Saint George. And Saint George, we call him as Bhairava in our Indian language. He's called as Bhairava, Saint George. He's a very great God, according to an angel.
Who defines what is good and what is not good?
Yes, because you see...
Who sets these standards?
Yes, that is it. Now I'll tell you what happens, that your spirit is absolute. Spirit is an absolute thing. Supposing now you want to know whether I'm good or not, or he's good or not. The good is not the way we look at things. Like you see, we see the dress, see the face. This is not the thing, superficially. But when we have to say a person is good or not, we see, we feel his chakras, you see. What chakras he's catching. You can feel them on your fingertips, you see. Like Muhammad Sahib has said, that your hands will be speaking. So you feel on your centers the another person. So we don't certify them as good or bad. That category doesn't exist in Sahaja Yoga. What we say, what are the centers catching in a person? Now, what is catching in a person? What centers are wrong? We try to correct it. We can say a patient comes to a hospital. The doctors don't say you are good or bad. They don't categorize like that. What they see, what is the disease? And let us treat the disease. It's like that. So the good and bad is not described in Sahaja Yoga. What is described are the centers, which are out of place. But some people have ruined their centers completely, have no Kundalini at all with them. They are like devils, some of them must have been. I don't want to name them, but could have been. So, you see, such people, then what to do? They must have desire. I mean, you cannot force anyone. That's the big problem. If they desire it, well and good. If they don't desire it, you cannot just make them do it. No, you cannot. They have to desire it in their own freedom. Then they get it, the joy. Nothing can be forced. This is the handicap. So we have no category. We don't condemn anyone as bad, or we do not elevate somebody as excellent. But we tell them what are the centers catching. And when you get your realization, you will know what's catching in you. And you will also know what is catching in him. And then if I tell you, supposing if I tell him, Dr. Warren, your aga is catching, means your ego is coming up. He won't feel bad because he'll get a headache there. So he said, better correct it, mother. With his ego, he'll get a headache a little bit. So what, correct it. So nobody feels bad about it. You see, so there is nothing like good and bad are words used very vague. They are very vague terminologies. There's no precision about it. Because spirit is absolute, so everything related to spirit is the absolute knowledge. You may say a person is very good, is an excellent person. That we don't accept. What we accept is what are the condition of his chakras and how much we can help him. That's all. We're not bothered about who's good, who's bad. That category doesn't exist. That type of a category. But of course, the condition of the chakras are very important. Any other questions? Steve, you better ask me. He's an American.
Shri Mataji, could you describe the experience of self-realization?
I describe it. Oh God. No. I never had it, so how am I to describe? I'm born like this. But I would say the experience of self-realization that I've seen that happens to people, first of all, when the Kundalini rises, you see, of course the mechanism goes into complete force. And when she pierces through the fontanelle bone area, first thing you feel is the cool breeze in the hands, but not necessarily. Some people feel it on top of their heads, coming out a cool breeze from their own head. So the self-certification is there. You see the cool breeze. But could be some people have too much heat coming out. See, supposing it's a cancer patient, especially, or anybody like that, a serious patient, you find that a heat comes out. Supposing it's a person who is very much possessed and extremely unhappy type of person, maybe, or an arrogant person, whatever it is. The Kundalini you can see clearly with your own eyes. It's pulsating at different centers, but especially at the base of the spine, where we call as the sacrum bone. Sacrum. Sacrum is sacred bone, and the sacred bone. So you can see it very clearly. We have got photographs of that. Absolute pulsation you can see like a heart. Then the experience moves with some people, it does, I must say. They do feel the rising, if it is slow rise. But if it shoots off, you don't feel anything, you just feel the cool breeze coming out of your head. Then you start feeling out of your fingertips also. But the feeling you get, first of all, when it rises above this center, you feel you're beyond thought. You're in the present, beyond thought. Just enjoying the peace of your being. Enjoying yourself in a way. And then when it pierces through, a kind of a joy that trickles down. Different people have different things. But say for Indians, you see, they don't think so much as you think. You people think too much. So they don't think, so they get their, first of all, they get the joy. But in the West, I think the people get more the awareness about it. They start feeling his chakras, they practice this, that. Ultimately, they get the joy. But Indians first get the joy and they said, we don't want to worry about anything else. So it depends on the condition of a person, what the experience would be. But on the whole, this one thing happens to all of you, that your eyes start glistening. There's a glisten, there's a twinkle in the eye.
Starting.
That's one thing. And the face becomes, you see, relaxed. The wrinkles drop out. You drop out sometimes 10 years. Like, see, my age is 64 years of age, mine is. But people can't believe it because, you see, I don't feel my age at all. We all have forgotten what our ages are. And this is what happens to you because you go in a state of existence only. But it takes little time gradually to grow into it. But it starts with the sprouting of this seed, that is the Kundalini.